back to another video. Today we are going to have a discussion on one of the key businesses which looks quite promising for the upcoming years. Before going forward, just giving you a standard disclaimer, nothing in this video is a buy or sell recommendations through any means. It's just for educational purpose and just to show ki like how what kind of a frameworks you should look before investing into a particular company. So before moving forward, just giving you a small example ki like before getting into the prospects ki like what's the business is all about, what's the name of that company, what are the thesis antithesis, what kind of evaluations it is available at right now. Let's assume ki like there are two students approaching towards their final board exams of their 10th class, and you have to place a bet on two of them ki like one of them that this person is going to score more than the other one. So you will ask like, yeah, is there any kind of a previous data which is available that we can put our bets on? So let's assume there are two students, Ramlal and Shamlal. They both are classmates since very long time. Uh, fr- let's assume from their sixth standard. Ramlal is a kind of a front bencher, and he's teacher's favorite. Never have any kind of a complaints regarding like he's talking in the class or disturbing the class. He's scoring around 17, 18, sometimes even 20 in his UT. And if we talk about the half yearly ones, he's scoring around 72, 75, and highest marks scorer in the class. Whereas if we talk about Shamlal, he is kind of a typical backbencher who is like making or disturbing the class. He's very talkative. And if we talk about academic wise, he is not that much into academics and all. He, like if we talk about his UTs, so from out of 20 marks exam, he's scoring around 6 7 marks. Get fails sometime in that as well. And 8 to 10 marks average he's scoring over there. And if we talk about half yearly or final exams, which is of 80 marks, he's scoring around 35 40 marks, and sometimes fails as well, so he have to go through that compartment wala part and all. So by looking at this data, this things prolongs for till your ninth standard. And in his recent pre-board exams and UTs, the same continues. But between in these phases, Ramlal is the consistent one who is scoring around 17, 18, and 70 to 75 marks. Whereas in between, a teacher make fun of Shamlal ki like he's not going to achieve anything in his life because he's not good in academics. So Shamlal gets some kind of a motivation in between, and he said ki like I will show this teacher ki like I'm also good in academics and all. So he scores like if the past pattern is like कि 8 10 marks आ रहे हैं यूटी में, यूटी 3 में he scores around 16 17 marks, and the whole class is like shock, and teachers used to doubt he's के like इसने cheating करी है इस बार इतनी ज़्यादा. But and but the thing is कि again in his next UT and all, he score around 8 to 10 marks, so teacher said कि like तुक्का लग जाता है. But now the if like in the board exams, the results came out. And so by looking at this data which I have talked about, so who will you place your bet on? By looking at the previous data and common sense wise, you don't want to lose. So like and don't waiting for a miracle. You will place your bet on Ramlal. Obvious reasons, he's consistently performing over the past few years, and you think like he's going to do well in this as well. And your bet seems to be right. After the declaration of the 10th board exams, Ramlal is the one who scored around 95% in his board exams. But the thing is, this time when the whole his own class, his parents, his teachers, everyone is thinking ki like will he pass this exams or not, he scored 65% over there. And the whole class is like ki, how is that this possible? The person who is not scoring good in his UTs and pre-boards since very long time, he suddenly came up with 65% marks. And it's a huge jump. Like if we are talking about ki Shamlal barely passes, we are expecting 35-40% marks. 33% is required to just pass the exams. He's Everybody is expecting maximum he will go to 35 or 40% marks. But it's a huge jump of around more than 60%. So what happened over there? The perception, there is a slight chances the perception changes about that person. But by looking at the past patterns, when like doing very or below average 6 8 10 marks, and between that 15-17 वाला marks का एक phase आता है, तो everybody again thought कि like यार maybe this is that period जहाँ पे he used to score good marks. They both choose commerce with maths, and 11th class started. And ओवर देयर हुआ क्या, जो यूटी वन हुआ, रामलाल अगेल स्कोर्ड अराउंड 18-19 मार्क्स, ठीक है. वेयर एज दिस टाइम श्यामलाल ऑल्सो स्कोर्ड 16 मार्क्स ओवर देयर. एंड द होल क्लास इज अगेन शॉक्ड कि लाइक हाउ इज दिस पॉसिबल, लाइक इज देयर समथिंग. पीपल स्टार्ट थिंकिंग कि लाइक पहले हमेशा एक बार होता था, मे बी दिस टाइम ये दूसरी बार हो गया है. सो लेट्स वेट फॉर द अनदर यूटी. Again UTs again arises, and in again Ramlal comes with 17 marks. But the thing is, this time Shamlal scored 18 marks. He passes Ramlal over there in the UT. And whole class is shocked. His parents, his teachers, and like the students in the class are also thinking ki, like is there something happened with that. This rumor gets spread in the staff room, and one of the class teachers, the class teacher of Shamlal came to called Shamlal, and in front of principal ki like just to ask ki like is there something happened with him. So he said ki ma'am, by just looking at the past, I recently realized before my board exams ki that it is very important to get into a good college, so that maybe in future if I want to pursue something, I get better opportunities, and for better opportunities I need to do academically, because this is India. And and he scores fairly well in his half yearly. Now this time again 11th class के finals आते हैं, and everybody is thinking कि like यार क्या पता, he scored again well in his exams. Ramlal तो कर ही रहा था, Shamlal also scored. But the thing is, he got fever in that time, and he was not able to like uh, not able to score well. Like he just again by scoring good around if he scores more than 60 marks in his half yearly, this time he scores around 45 marks. And the whole class is not aware about this, and like the whole class thought ki like again the same Shamlal is back in the market. But the thing is, this is a one off event. अगर उसकी तबीयत ठीक रहती, if he doesn't suffer with a fever and all, he scored around 60-65 or even more than that. Now again in his 12th the 12th class started. In his first UT he again come with around 16 marks. In his second UT he again come with around 16 marks. So like again there is a again consistency is being formed. Half yearly आते हैं, and he scored 65 marks or 66 marks in his half yearly. And now the board exams are coming sooner, and like Ramlal is the consistent one who is scoring around 70-75 marks. एंड बिफोर द फाइनल बोर्ड एग्जाम्स, रामलाल एंड श्यामलाल दोनों के प्री बोर्ड में दे कम अक्रॉस लाइक श्यामलाल स्कोर्ड अराउंड 70 मार्क्स, तो दिस टाइम Ramlal scored around 68 marks. And this is the time when everybody is thinking ki, like now there is a tough competition. And now if I ask ki, like on whom you will place your bet on before the finals of 12th board exams, so you will be a bit spectacle over there ki, like yaar maybe Shamlal is going to beat Ramlal this time. And there are chances ki like the whole class is like 50-50% there are chances कि like इस बार क्या पता श्यामलाल अच्छा कर जाए, and this time there are 50% chances कि like रामलाल हर बार की तरह scored well. The 12th board exams came over there, and this time Ramlal beat the expectations of everyone, whereas where people are expecting कि Ramlal will going to show 90-95% of the marks. That seems to be true. Ramlal scored around 90% in his 12th board exams. But this time, Shamlal scored 93%. And that's the time when everybody in his class, his teachers, his parents, and everybody, relatives as well, they are the most that trigger one. So like they everybody start respecting that person. And by just analyzing, or by just going through this example, the same example persists in stock market, where we will have a discussion ki like if there are two businesses where one of them is doing great for past many years, market keep respecting that business and giving good valuations to that business. Whereas if there is a particular company who is not doing consistently good in the past few years, but suddenly came across very good results which no one is expecting at that point of time, like in one quarter, like जैसे UT1 में he start doing well, market see कि like यार maybe this is the one off, or like this is kind of a तुक्का which we call off. तो क्या पता कुछ market conditions ऐसी रही हो, या इस टाइम पे कुछ favorable happens in the business. Market wait for quarter two, and in the same quarter two, the business shows some again good strength कि like the business sales grow by 30%. Quarter 1 में 25%, एंड Quarter 2 में एवरीबडी इज एक्सपेक्टिंग यार 25% आएगा या उससे कम आएगा, बट Quarter 2 में 30% ग्रोथ, एंड ऑपरेटिंग जो नेट प्रॉफिट्स है वो भी 30% से ग्रो करते हैं. And now at that point of time, in the if we talking about business in stock market, there are chances ki like there are not chances, we will talk about the earlier case studies which has happened in the past, and by looking at the past patterns we will derive ki like maybe this thing can happen in a business which is like inconsistent from last past many years. But and this is the time when there is a fundamental shift which is taking place into that particular business and market. There are chances ki like re-rate when at the time of Ramlal and Shamlal, when Shamlal started showing consistency by achieving good marks, everybody starts respecting that person. So same happen in markets where a business from being inconsistent, having volatile margins and sales, if start showing some signs of consistency, and there are like at that point of time market thinks ki like this can continue for a longer period of time, and if that really achieves by that business, so market also start respecting that business and give higher multiples. This long example of these two kids, if you have understood this concept, it would be very easy to understand the business which we are going to discuss today is Deepak Fertilizers and Petrochemicals Limited is the name of the business. And we will discuss each and everything which we have talked about, like what does the company is all about, and what is the current valuation of the company, what are the thesis and antithesis behind the business. And if we look at the current market capitalization of the company is around 15,000 crore rupees. The stock current PE is around 17, so looks quite reasonably cheap as compared to the competitors. We will look at some of the competitors, not directly, but like as you talked about ki like jo in that particular space, if there are certain businesses having same or similar kind of a margins, which are at stable margins which we call about, if this business is also achieve that, so like what are the multiples which it can achieve in the future. So by going through the recent con call, they have like, before going to the con call and all, let's look at the quarterly results of Deepak Fertilizers from past 3 years. Okay, so giving you around 15 seconds, and just have a look at this quarterly results without going into anything ki like what does the company do and all. Just observe this ki like what you can observe from these quarterly results from the last past 3 years of Deepak Fertilizers. Giving you around 15 seconds. So I hope you notice something over there. The thing is key, if you look at the sales of Deepak Fertilizers, it kind of a bit volatile from past few years. And like if you look at in 2021, the like when COVID ki jab, the base year was very less, so I think you can see ki, like there is an abnormal growth over there. You can see, but the thing is key. I just want you to focus on operating profit margins. Can you just see ki, like from sometimes having 18-25% margins, 24% margins, then again getting back to 12% margins, 15% margins, and then again coming back to 21% margins, 20% margins, and again 18% margins. Can you see there is a bit volatility in the margins as well? If you look at the yearly performance of Deepak Fertilizers, so like from past 2013, if you look at the business is was not doing that much great. Pehle 12% margins, then 8%, then in between 7% margins as well. But since 2021, the business start getting around 17-18% margins. Beach में again 15%. So this is kind of a volatility which I was talking about कि like अगर from past few quarters अगर हम देखें तो यहाँ पे जो 12% margins थे, they started getting a better with time and all. Like in the last 4 quarters, if you look at from 12% margins, पहले 15% margins हुए, then 21, 20, and now it seems to be a bit stable. So, what has fundamentally changed into this particular business? We will talk about this. So, let me tell you what, by looking at the past few years ka chart pattern, you can see कि like the business has done well, and after COVID, the stock has made a high of around 1060-62 के आसपास, and then there is a sharp drawdown in the business. We will talk about कि हुआ क्या था कि in 2022 when Russia Ukraine war has started. So before this, let me give you a bit context कि Deepak Fertilizers करता क्या है. So Deepak Fertilizers is into a business where, yeah. So Deepak Fertilizers is a company having three business verticals as of today. First one is the TAN business, which is your technical ammonium nitrate. Second is your industrial chemical business, and third one is the crop nutrition business. And over the past few years, what has happened is like in if you look at 5 years down the line, the overall contribution of the total revenue was from 70 to like approximately 70 to 80% was from the crop nutrition business. And your crop nutrition business includes your fertilizers and all, and the basic raw material जो Deepak Fertilizers need for all these business verticals, which is your TAN, industrial chemicals, and crop nutrition, is natural gas. Natural gas से they used to produce ammonia, and ammonia के बाद there are certain things which they produce, and वो तीनों in business verticals में काम आते हैं. सो द थिंग इज कि 70 to 80% जो इनका 5 साल पहले का जो रेवेन्यू था, दैट इज वेरी वॉलेटाइल बिकॉज फर्टिलाइजर्स इज अ काइंड ऑफ अ कमोडिटी एट द एंड ऑफ द डे. एंड लाइक देर इज a lot of involvement by the government as well in between ki like yaar, sometimes the monsoon has not done well, तो like crops get destroyed and all. So उस टाइम पे like the fertilizers की जो डिमांड है वो कम हो जाती है. Then there is a very good monsoon season, तो उस टाइम पे like government will say कि like यार you can't increase the prices above than this price. So and there is a lot of dependency of India on Russia for fertilizers as well. We used to import a lot of fertilizers from over Russia. So टेक्निकल अमोनियम नाइट्राइट बेसिकली होता क्या है. टेक्निकल अमोनियम नाइट्राइट इज अ काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग विच इज यूज्ड इन योर माइनिंग, which is used by your mining companies for explosives and all. by using this, like there is a company by the name of Solar Industries. They used to source this raw material from Deepak Fertilizers, and they makes explosives and they sell it to these mining companies. But as of today in 2024 2025, दीपक फर्टिलाइजर्स कर क्या रहे, दे आर गेटिंग इनटू देयर कस्टमर जो सोलर इंडस्ट्रीज जो टैन इनसे लेता था, दे आर गेटिंग इनटू देयर बिजनेस एंड मेकिंग एक्सप्लोसिव्स and mining, giving mining solutions to mining companies. So because they are forward integrating that business, like for taking an example, as you are a dairy farmer, ठीक है, and you produce around 1000 liters of milk every year, ठीक है. Now at the end of the day, milk is also a commodity, ठीक है. But the thing is, where will you make more margins, in milk business or by making more better products than milk, like you get into ghee, curd, and butter. So these are the various business verticals which you can get into by using your by doing some of the product mix change, ठीक है. And for example, if you are buying 1 liter दूध as of today, so it will cost you around 26-27 rupees. अगर if we talk about अमूल का हाफ लीटर का दूध, तो like around 54-55 rupees for 1 liter दूध. But the thing is, by using your by expanding some of your team and by introducing new business verticals like your butter, curd, and other stuff, you have the product which is required to make these new products. You have to just get into it by कुछ लोगों को अपनी टीम में और ऐड करके, बाय थोड़ी सी कुछ और मशीन्स लगा के, विच इज रिक्वायर्ड टू मेक दीज प्रोडक्ट्स. तो उधर क्या होगा कि यू हैव दैट वन थिंग इज कि लाइक तुम्हारे पास कमोडिटी तो है ही, द रॉ मटेरियल विच इज रिक्वायर्ड टू मेक दीज ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स, यू हैव दैट. यू आर जस्ट डाइवर्सिफाइंग इनटू डिफरेंट प्रोडक्ट्स. तो उसकी वजह से हुआ क्या, तुम्हारे पास सप्लाई तो है ही पहले से, यू आर गेटिंग इनटू फॉरवर्ड इंटीग्रेशन, एंड तुम्हारा उधर से प्रोडक्ट मिक्स बढ़ेगा एंड तुम्हारे मार्जिन बढ़ जाएंगे, क्योंकि बटर, घी एंड कर्ड में तुम्हारे जो मार्जिन होंगे वो ज्यादा होंगे एज कंपेयर टू मिल्क. सेम द थिंग इज डन बाय द दीपक फर्टिलाइजर्स एज ऑफ टुडे. जो 70-80% बिजनेस की हमने बात करी क्रॉप न्यूट्रिशन से, एज ऑफ टुडे दैट इज अराउंड 40%. लाइक इफ वी जस्ट लुक एट द प्रोडक्ट मिक्स, तो यू कैन सी कि लाइक जो टेक्निकल अमोनियम नाइट्राइट है दैट इज कॉन्ट्रीब्यूटिंग अराउंड 34%. जो लाइक इंडस्ट्रियल केमिकल का बिजनेस है दैट इज अराउंड 21%, एंड जो क्रॉप न्यूट्रिशन का बिजनेस है दैट इज अराउंड 45%. फ्रॉम 70-80% ऑफ द बिजनेस जो कॉमोडिटी था पहले, नाउ इट हैज बीन रिड्यूस्ड टू अराउंड 40-45%. एंड जो जिसमें तुम्हारे न्यू वर्टिकल जो तुम्हारे टैन बिजनेस और इंडस्ट्रियल केमिकल का जो बिजनेस था, जहाँ पे मार्जिन आर better than your crop nutrition business, they've expanded the portfolio of that products. And now like they are saying कि like in the upcoming years there are chances कि like जो total chemical का जो business है that will cross around 70-80%, and जो crop nutrition का business है, and like just let me show you something as well in there. हाँ, so the thing is कि दीपक फर्टिलाइजर्स की जो जितने भी 3 business verticals हैं, they are trying to लाइक रिसेंटली इन्होंने अपने कॉर्पोरेट स्ट्रक्चर में चेंजेस करे थे, एंड देयर आर चांसेस कि लाइक ये बाइफर्केट कर दें और भी ज़्यादा, एंड इट लीड्स टू डीमर्जर इन फ्यूचर एज वेल. Fully they have explained in their slides that कि like how they are transitioning from commodity to specialty chemicals, and you can just go through this slide because the thing is कि like I will explain each and every vertical a bit more, but the thing is कि like let's back to the एक बार chart पे. So you are wondering कि like यार हुआ क्या कि like 2020 के बाद से when the stock make a high of around 1050 के आसपास 1060, then it went through a massive correction over there, more than 50-60%. But the thing is इस फेज में हुआ क्या, व्हेन 2022 में रशिया यूक्रेन वॉर गेट स्टार्टेड, तो यूरोपियन नेशंस एंड अमेरिका हैज पुट सैंक्शंस ऑन रशिया. उसकी वजह से हुआ क्या, देयर आर ऑल्सो अ वेरी लार्ज प्रोड्यूसर ऑफ दिस टैन एंड फर्टिलाइजर बिजनेस. तो हुआ क्या, व्हेन लाइक यूरोपियन नेशंस एंड अमेरिका पुट an embargo on these products, तो रशिया like start dumping that isopropyl alcohol which is used for sanitizers and all, and like the ammonia like which is also the raw material used for tan and fertilizers. They start dumping cheap quality of products in India. उसकी वजह से हुआ क्या, like now like the companies who are getting at cheaper rate, they start sourcing it from Russia. And at that point of time हुआ क्या कि like दीपक फर्टिलाइजर्स के जो uh, margins they start colliding over there. So you can see, but the thing is in this period of time when government realizes ki like how much dependency we have for these raw like these things which is like your mining and all, and ये जो तुम्हारे IPA यूज होता है which is used for your pharmaceuticals and जो fertilizer business है, तीनों में हमारी डिपेंडेंसी बहुत ज़्यादा है रशिया पे. तो गवर्नमेंट ने क्या करा कि लाइक दीपक फर्टिलाइजर्स एंड गवर्नमेंट ने डिसाइड करा कि दे सेट अप अ प्लांट एंड दे हैव डन अ केपेक्स ऑफ अराउंड 3,400 करोड़ रुपीस का केपेक्स करा, ठीक है. एंड ये जो केपेक्स है दैट इज ऑल्सो एक्सप्लेन इन दर. हाँ, सो इनके दो केपेक्स नाउ दे आर गोइंग टू बी लाइव इन द अपकमिंग ईयर ऑफ FY26. तो सेकेंड हाफ में द थिंग्स जो इनके प्लांट्स है दे विल गोइंग टू बी लाइव एंड फिर वी विल सी द रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम ओवर देयर. एंड द थिंग इज कि जो दीपक फर्टिलाइजर्स है दे कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट अराउंड 60% ऑफ द टैन बिजनेस. तो लाइक दे आर द डोमेस्टिक मार्केट लीडर इन द टैन बिजनेस एज ऑफ टुडे. तो जब इनके ये जो प्लांट है वो लाइव हो जाएंगे तो उसकी वजह से होगा क्या कि लाइक द इंडिया स्टिल इम्पोर्ट्स लाइक टैन फ्रॉम आउटसाइड. तो एक तो डोमेस्टिकली दे आर लाइक जितने भी बाहर के जो कस्टमर्स हैं इंडिया में दे आर इम्पोर्टिंग दैट टैन, तो वो डोमेस्टिकली सोर्स करेंगे फ्रॉम दीपक फर्टिलाइजर्स. एंड अदर देन दैट जो गवर्नमेंट है, गवर्नमेंट हैज़ गिवन लाइक जो दीपक फर्टिलाइजर ने 3 से 4 हज़ार करोड़ का जो केपेक्स करा है, गवर्नमेंट हैज सब्सिडाइज्ड इट टू 100%. तो जितना भी केपेक्स दीपक फर्टिलाइजर्स ने आज करा है, इन द नेक्स्ट कमिंग 7 to 8 years जो दीपक फर्टिलाइजर्स की जो तुम्हारी P&L स्टेटमेंट है उसमें तुम्हें अदर इनकम का जो ये सोर्स है ना, अदर इनकम का जो सोर्स है यू विल स्टार्ट रिफ्लेक्टिंग कि मतलब हर साल जो भी अराउंड 500 या 300 करोड़ या जो भी गवर्नमेंट साथ साथ में देती रहेगी, बिकॉज गवर्नमेंट हैज फोर्स दीपक फर्टिलाइजर्स टू सेट अप दिस बिजनेस एंड ऑल. सो अदर इनकम विल ऑल्सो इंक्रीज फ्रॉम ओवर देयर. एंड द थिंग इज कि जो इनके गोपालपुर में इनका जो टैन बिजनेस का प्लांट आ रहा है जहाँ से ये टेक्निकल अमोनियम नाइट्राइट करेंगे. एंड द थिंग इज कि इनकी फ्रेट कॉस्ट बहुत कम होगी उसकी वजह से. वाई? बिकॉज जो ईस्ट कोस्ट पे इनका जो प्लांट होगा उधर से द माइनिंग यूज टू बी हैपन एट गोपालपुर प्लांट के आसपास. तो उधर से फ्रेट कॉस्ट विल बी रिड्यूस्ड अलॉट विच इज देयर कॉम्पिटिटिव एडवांटेज ओवर द अदर बिजनेसेस. एंड द अदर थिंग इज कि जो इनका दहेज में नाइट्रिक एसिड का प्लांट आ रहा है उनकी यू कैन सी कि लाइक जो करंट आफ्टर जो कैपेसिटी हो जाएगी आफ्टर द लाइफ ऑफ दीज केपेक्स. एंड दिस इज द थिंग कि लाइक जो अमोनिया के प्राइजेस हैं दे यूज टू फ्लक्चुएट अ लॉट. लाइक कभी $400 पे रहते हैं, फ्यू क्वार्टर्स बैक दे हैव रीच्ड अराउंड $325. तो $400 पे दे आर एट ब्रेक इवन 372 to 400. एंड द थिंग इज कि अगर यहाँ से जो अमोनिया के जो प्लांट है, अमोनिया के जो प्राइजेस हैं सॉरी, इफ दे राइजेस एक्सपोनेंशियली लाइक 600 650 या 700 तक जो पहले जा चुके हैं, दे विल मेक एबनॉर्मल प्रॉफिट्स ओवर देयर. एंड द थिंग इज कि अब एज आई टॉक्ड अबाउट कि जो अमोनिया है उसको बनाने के लिए देयर इज अ स्पेसिफिक रॉ मटेरियल विच इज ऑल्सो रिक्वायर्ड विच इज योर नेचुरल गैस. एंड फॉर नेचुरल गैस टू इंश्योर द सप्लाई ऑफ नेचुरल गैस, लाइक अगर कुछ होता है जैसे लाइक यूरोपियन नेशंस इज वेरी मच डिपेंडेंट ऑन नेचुरल गैस, बट एट द टाइम ऑफ रशिया यूक्रेन वॉर नेचुरल प्राइसेस got very much hike because America put sanction on Europe and said कि like if you are going to source natural gas from Russia, we will put sanctions on you. तो उसकी वजह से हुआ क्या, यूरोपियन नेशंस हैव स्टॉप्ड गेटिंग नेचुरल गैस फ्रॉम ओवर देयर, नेचुरल गैस के प्राइसेस बढ़ गए. एंड उस टाइम पे लाइक ओवरऑल नेचुरल गैस के प्राइसेस जब बढ़ गए तो लाइक दे ऑल्सो फेस्ड कि लाइक यार कॉस्ट तो बढ़ गई ना आपकी रॉ मटेरियल की. तो दे रिसेंटली हैज साइंड अ 15-year डील विद अ Norwegian company by the name of Equinor. So for the next 15 years at a very reasonable rate, and in the recent con call of Q3, they have also said कि like जो Q1 FY27 है, बेसिकली योर नेक्स्ट टू नेक्स्ट ईयर फर्स्ट क्वार्टर से दे विल गेट ऑल द नेचुरल गैस फ्रॉम इक्विनॉर. एंड जितना भी ये जो भी इनके जो प्लांट्स लाइव जा रहे हैं, उसके लिए जो नेचुरल गैस आएगी वो उधर से ही आएगी, एंड इट विल बी अ बिट लोअर. तो अगर $13 की जो गैस है उन्हें आज पड़ती है, तो दे आर सेइंग कि देयर विल बी अ 20% इन कॉस्ट रिडक्शन आफ्टर दे स्टार्ट गेटिंग द लाइक नेचुरल गैस फ्रॉम दैट इक्विनॉर. तो उसकी वजह से होगा क्या, लाइक तुम्हारा जो रॉ मटेरियल है उसकी एक तो स्टेबिलिटी मेंटेन हो गई कि लाइक इफ देयर इज एनीथिंग हैपेंड इन द वर्ल्ड, तुम्हारे को एक सेम रेट पे तुम्हें रॉ मटेरियल मिलेगा जो तुम्हारे बाकी बिजनेस वर्टिकल्स को सपोर्ट करते हैं. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट दे आर ऑल्सो गेटिंग एट अ चीपर रेट एज ऑफ टुडे. सो उधर से क्या होगा, तुम्हारी जो रॉ मटेरियल अगर उसका प्राइस कम हो जाएगा तो तुम्हारा एट द एंड ऑफ द डे जो प्रोडक्ट है उसके मार्जिन एक्सपैंड. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ यू आर सेलिंग अ प्रोडक्ट एट ₹100 एंड वो जो ₹100 है, उसमें से जो तुम्हारा रॉ मटेरियल एंड एवरीथिंग विच इज अराउंड ₹60 का तुम्हें पड़ रहा है, बट इन फ्यूचर यू आर गेटिंग दैट ₹60 का रॉ मटेरियल एट 50%, आई एम सेइंग सॉरी, ₹50. सो उसकी वजह से होगा क्या, देयर विल बी अ कॉस्ट रिडक्शन इन योर रॉ मटेरियल एंड यू आर सेलिंग दैट ₹100 का एट ₹100. सो फ्रॉम ओवर देयर मतलब यू आर नॉट लाइक अपने प्रोडक्ट जो फाइनल प्रोडक्ट है उसका कॉस्ट भी तुम ऐसा नहीं है कि कम कर रहे हो, तो तुम्हारा जो प्रोडक्ट है उधर मार्जिन एक्सपैंड हो जाएंगे. सो दैट इज द बेसिक थिंग. एंड I hope everything is discussed over here. The company is saying कि like in the recent Q3 के numbers में, अगर हम बात करें तो like they have said कि like they given a guidance of 900 to 1000 crores and they seems to be on track. Like if we just calculate these last 3 quarters के net profits, तो seems to be around 600-650 crores के आसपास. And if like they are saying कि like जो fourth quarter होते हैं that is the best for mining and other purposes, so they are saying कि like they will be able to achieve that guidance as well. And chances are कि वो 1000 crore के पैट पे भी पहुंच जाए. एंड इफ दैट्स सो तो लाइक द कंपनी एज ऑफ टुडे अगर हम 17 के पी पे ट्रेड कर रही है, एंड लाइक बाय लुकिंग एट लाइक 15,000 करोड़ का मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन एंड 15,000 करोड़ को अगर हम 1000 करोड़ से डिवाइड करें विच इज़ योर मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन अपॉन नेट प्रॉफिट्स, तो इट सीम्स टू बी 15 का पी. एंड इन द नेक्स्ट ईयर जब इनके जो गोपालपुर एंड दहेज के प्लांट लाइव हो जाएंगे इन H2 ऑफ FY26, तो फ्रॉम ओवर देयर लाइक द सेल्स एंड अदर थिंग्स विल गोइंग टू बी राइज अप ओवर देयर. एंड उसके बाद वाले जो ईयर है जो FY27 है, देर सीइंग कि लाइक उनकी जो प्रोडक्शन है उसमें देर विल बी अ कॉस्ट कट ड्यू टू दैट इक्विनॉर के साथ जो इन्होंने डील साइन करी है. सो एंड एज आई वॉज टॉकिंग अबाउट कि लाइक जो इनके वॉलेटाइल मार्जिन है, तो लाइक लास्ट 3-4 क्वार्टर से यू हैव सीन कि लाइक 18 to 20% के बीच में इनके मार्जिन हैं. सो देर आर चांसेस कि लाइक ये देर आर चांसेस कि दैट दे कैन एक्सपैंड इट फ्रॉम फर्दर एज वेल. अगर 20% के रेंज में 18 to 20% अगर वो इक्विनॉर के साथ जो डील एंड मार्केट फेवरेबल कंडीशंस रहती है, तो देर आर चांसेस कि वहाँ पे जो ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट मार्जिन है दे कैन एक्सपैंड अप टू 22-23% एज वेल. एंड इफ वी लुक एट अबाउट द कॉम्पिटिटर्स, सो जो हमने उसकी बात करी कि लाइक what are the competitors which are trading at as with a similar kind of a business. So by looking at the shareholding patterns, the promoter is having around 45-46%. FIIs has recently added around 2-3% over there. And if we look at DIIs, they have like diluted their stake, but the best thing is कि जो retail investors हैं from 38%, 37% they have come down to 33%. So this is also metric that कि like जिसमें तुम्हारे FIIs and DIIs increase करते हैं stake, एज कंपेयर टू लाइक जो तुम्हारे रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स है उनका जो पार्टिसिपेशन इन टू दैट पर्टिकुलर बिजनेस दैट कम्स डाउन. तो दैट इज ऑल्सो अ प्लस साइन विच यू कैन सी. एंड जब हम पीयर कंपैरिजन की बात कर रही थी तो लाइक द कंपनीज लाइक योर दीपक नाइट्राइट. सो इफ यू लुक एट कि लाइक आज दीपक नाइट्राइट का अगर हम पी देखें दैट इज अराउंड 40 के आसपास. लाइक अभी तो 40 चल रहा है बट लाइक इन द पास्ट इट हैज लाइक गॉन टू 50 एंड इवन मोर देन दैट. बट अगर लाइक if Deepak Fertilizers is trading at around 15 का P as of FY25, तो देर इज अगर और दीपक फर्टिलाइजर्स गेट द पीई ऑफ अराउंड दीपक नाइट्राइट. एंड दीपक नाइट्राइट को ये क्यों मिलता है? बिकॉज द मार्जिन आर वेरी मच स्टेबल. 14 to 16% या 17% की रेंज में रहते हैं. वेर एज जब हमने दीपक फर्टिलाइजर्स के पहले देखे, पहले लाइक दे वर 7-8%, देन दे वेंट अराउंड 12%, 15%, देन 18%, देन बैक टू 12%, एंड देन द margins are started getting stable. Today अगर हम thesis और anti thesis की बात करें तो the thesis are very much clear that कि एक तो margins are going to be expand, and first thing is this. Second thing is there are chances of re-rating जो हमने बात करी. The market is valuing this company at a lower multiples as compared to its competitor, and if the like the Deepak Fertilizers used to maintain these margins, this thing can prolong. So यहाँ से 16 की जगह like if that get around 35 या 36 का multiple और 40 का multiple जो दीपक नाइट्राइट को मिलता है या अदर बिजनेसेस को मिलता है, तो like there are chances of re-rating which can happen. Third thing is कि they are the lowest cost producer of this thing, and the thing is कि like जो इनके पास अगर एक्स्ट्रा अमोनिया जो बच जाता है, दे कैन ऑल्सो सेल इट इन टू द एक्सपोर्ट मार्केट एज वेल. तो जो इसमें ड्रॉ डाउन हुआ था एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, द वन थिंग हैज ऑल्सो हैपन कि लाइक एक तो रशिया में से डंपिंग हो रही थी ऑफ दीज केमिकल्स, एंड Indian government has also put a ban on like the export of ammonia. तो एक तो चीप डंपिंग भी हो रही है एंड एक्सपोर्ट अमोनिया के एक्सपोर्ट पे भी बैन लगा दिया. तो दैट वाज आल्सो अ मतलब दोनों तरफ से लग गई. तो दैट वी कैन से कि लाइक यार तो उस टाइम पे और ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम हो गई थी. एंड द लास्ट थिंग विच आई जस्ट वांट टू कंक्लूड कि लाइक that if the everything goes right with this business, there are chances ki it can be a huge opportunity from here. Again, just not a buyer to sell recommendations through any means. I can be biased in the company, and the thing is the biggest antithesis which we is like the execution. Like अगर FY26 में अगर FY26 के second half तक the expansions and all don't take place at that point of time, there are chances कि like थोड़ा time लग जाए. And apart from that, if there is जो अमोनिया के prices है, they get crash. मतलब ऐसा हो रखा है past cycles में, but अगर crash होते तो that is also one more thing. So that's the analysis of Deepak Fertilizers and Petrochemicals Corp Limited. I hope you like this video. And if you have any kind of a doubts and other things, you can just comment down in the comment section below. And if you like the video, you can share it with someone who is interested into getting to know about a new business. And that's all from my side. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.